So, what does it really take to build an AI that can be a child's teacher, their friend, and a guardian all at the same time? In this explainer, we're going to pop the hood and really get into the anatomy of an AI that's been engineered from the ground up to be not just smart, but truly safe.
Right, and that's the core challenge, isn't it? This isn't just about stuffing an encyclopedia into a chatbot. It's about engineering a personality that's genuinely trustworthy. So how on earth is it done? Let's take a look at a system designed to solve this exact problem. Okay, so to make a conversation feel simple and natural, what's happening behind the scenes is anything but. You've got this whole orchestra of specialized systems that have to work in perfect harmony. You can almost think of it like a movie set. You've got a chat manager acting as the director and a context manager who's like the script writer, and they're both making sure the AI delivers a flawless performance every time. So how does the AI even know how to talk to a specific kid? How does it adapt its style? Well, the whole thing kicks off with a foundational document, a kind of master plan, that's known as the system prompt. Imagine you're giving instructions to a world-class chef. You wouldn't just say, make a cake, right? No way. You'd give them a hyper-detailed recipe with the exact ingredients, the baking temperature, the mixing technique, everything. That's what the system prompt is. It defines the entire flavor, the entire personality of the AI's conversation. Now, what's really cool is how this recipe gets built on the fly. Every single time a child hits send on a message, the system runs through these 6 steps. It starts with those core instructions, then it layers on specific rules for the mode they're in, it summarizes older parts of the chat to save memory, and then it tacks on the most recent messages. It even has to enforce token limits, which is basically a word count for the AI, just to keep things snappy and efficient. It's this precise dynamic process that gives the AI the perfect context for its very next word. And this is where it gets really smart. The system actually customizes that core recipe with personal ingredients. So say you've got a visual learner, bam. The AI is told use visual descriptions, describe pictures. If a child needs a little more encouragement, the instruction is to provide frequent praise. The AI is literally adapting its entire teaching style to that individual kid. And get this, it's not just one AI model doing all the heavy lifting. The system has a whole team of specialized AIs at its beck and call. And why? Because no single AI is perfect for every single thing. So it acts like this really savvy manager, picking the perfect tutor for whatever the job is. It might grab one model for its speed, which is great for quick questions, but for a more sensitive topic, it might call on another one known for its incredible safety features. This flexibility is the secret sauce to balancing performance, cost, and, most importantly, safety. Okay, so personalization is one thing, but what about the absolute most important piece of the puzzle? Safety. How do you build a digital playground where a kid's curiosity can run totally wild without them ever stumbling into danger? Well, the system gives kids 2 main ways to explore, and you can think of them like different kinds of roads. Supervised mode is like a scenic route where the parents set the destination. If the conversation starts to drift, the AI just gently nudges it back onto the approved path. Free mode, on the other hand, is more like the freeway. It lets kids explore freely, but it's lined with these powerful, invisible guardrails that make sure the journey is always, always safe. And just look at this. This is a direct quote from the AI's programming when it's in its highest safety setting. I mean, that's not a suggestion. That is a hard-coded, non-negotiable command. There's zero ambiguity. It just shows you how deeply safety is baked into the AI's core logic. If there is any doubt, the answer is always to redirect to something safe, period. So you can see, safety isn't just a single checkbox here. It's what you'd call a defense-in-depth strategy, with 3 distinct layers of digital armor. First, you have a basic content filter that catches any obvious red flags. Second, in that supervised mode, a topic validator acts like a bouncer at a club, making sure the chat stays on the guest list. And finally, you have the AI's own core safety instructions. That's the smartest, most adaptive layer of protection. All right, so we've got this amazing tech for building safe, personalized conversations. But how do we actually know if a kid is learning anything? Is it, working? Well, instead of slapping a grade on it, the system uses something way smarter. It's basically a fitness tracker for the mind. It calculates what's called an engagement score, and it looks at things like how long they chatted, how many messages they sent, and this is the important part, how many follow-up questions they asked. It's all about measuring active participation, not just passive screen time. But wait, it gets even cooler. The system also calculates a curiosity score. This is all about measuring a child's innate drive to learn.
It's not just counting how many questions they ask. It's looking for the quality of those questions, spotting words like why, how, and what if. It's a fascinating way to try and quantify a child's natural inquisitiveness.
Okay, but here's the reality check. Running these powerful AIs for every single question, that gets slow and it gets really expensive fast. So to solve that, the system uses this incredibly clever trick called caching. Instead of asking the AI, what is photosynthesis, for the 1,000th time, it just stores a pre-approved, high-quality answer and fetches it instantly. Just look at these numbers. A 1 to 3 second lag becomes, poof, less than 50 milliseconds. And the impact of that one simple trick, it is absolutely massive. For those common curriculum-based questions, caching cuts the cost and the AI's workload by, get this, an estimated 95%. No, that's not a typo, 95%. This is the kind of smart engineering that makes a system like this affordable and lightning fast. So when you pull all these threads together, you start to see that these aren't just a random collection of cool features. They're all designed from the ground up to work together as a single, complete ecosystem for learning. You've got that personalized recipe that tailors every single conversation. You have the multi-layered digital armor that guarantees safety. And you have that fitness tracker for the mind that measures what actually matters, engagement and curiosity. All together, they create a learning partner that's adaptive, insightful, and fundamentally trustworthy. And that really brings us to the big picture here. This level of thoughtful architecture, this intense focus on safety, personalization, and meaningful metrics, isn't just about building a better learning tool for kids. It's a blueprint. And it really makes you wonder, if we can design with this much care and this much intention for a child, what could that mean for the future of personalized, engaging, and truly human-centric learning for all of us?